Hi Prashant, how are you doing?
I'm great, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So what does Prashant mean?
Prashant basically means a very calm a person who has a very calm nature.
Okay. Are you that or are you the opposite?
Well, if you ask my teachers, then definitely they'll agree with this. But if you ask my friends, they would say that calmness comes with a little bit of Josh also. So that's what they'll tell you.
Okay. So you are this faceted personality. You have different characters within you.
Like with my teachers, yeah, I like to be sincere, and but when I'm with my friends or colleagues, I love to maintain a jolly nature with them.
That's nice. So Prashant, what are you doing currently?
Well, currently, sir, I'm pursuing a postgraduate program in data science from NIT Digital, and that company only is providing me internship opportunities post my training. So I'm currently interning with one of their subsidiaries.
Okay. Which subsidiary is this?
Like there are different like for this month, I'm interning with NXA Digital. This company deals with digitalizing the rural parts of the country.
Okay. So Prashant, tell me what all challenges you have faced in this job till now. What are the roles and responsibilities given to you? How you are planning your daily schedule to implement those tasks given to you. What are some advantages and disadvantages of being in this particular profession you're in? What is the reason for you to think of joining the army in spite of having such a good career outside? And if you had any achievements in this current job, tell me about those as well.
Starting with the challenges that you asked, one of the challenges that I faced was I was a mechanical engineering graduate and I had a 1 year of experience in working in the coal mechanical industry. Although due to one of my knee injuries, I had to quit that job. So then I had to completely switch to a IT related job. And for me, programming was a very new thing, which is very vital in data science. So learning a new skill all from zero and getting accustomed to sitting in front of the computer 9 to 5 was something a bit of a change to me. My roles and responsibilities basically include collecting the data from the stakeholders and then cleaning the data and then giving the actionable insights on that data. For planning my routine, I actually I'm a night owl. Like to work in the night, so I prefer to get up around 8 to between 8 and 9, and then I freshen up myself. After that, I attend the meetings and all, and I go through the work that I have to do. And according to the work that I have, plus all the extra household things that I have to perform, I plan out the day. And also, I have some extra duties like I have my dogs and all. Plus, I have to work out in the evenings and all. So I plan it all accordingly. Half of the tasks I do it before the evening, and some of the tasks that are left, plus whatever new things I have to learn since it is an ever growing industry have to learn. I make sure I do it after the dinner and around 2, I prefer to go to bed. Moreover, moving forward, like I forgot the last bit of next part you just asked me, sir. If you
Okay.
can.
Why you want to quit this and join the army? And any achievements you have had in this job?
Okay. One of my main reasons why I want to get into the army is the life of adventure and the day-to-day new activities that I would be getting to do in the army. Plus, I'm basically fascinated by the culture and the sense of camaraderie that we get in the army. Along with all this, the perks that army gives is something that I think will help me take care of my family better also. And one of the achievements that I got during my course was we had to do a final project or the capstone project during the learning part of this project of the whole course. During that, I got to be the team leader, and I was basically leading a team of 4 people. And during that, our team was the one who got the highest marks for the best business presentation. So I and I had people from the south as well as north, and they had different conflicts between them when working on a solution. So I was able to bring them to a common solution that we got eventually. So that was one of my biggest achievement in this role.
Okay, what was that common solution you came up to? And tell me about what was the business proposal about in brief.
Okay. So the project was regarding how we can increase the sales for the Amazon, different companies that register on the Amazon. So there was one company, Benchmark Bouquets, that had particularly low sales in the months of November. We researched on that and we found that the kind of flowers they were dealing with had poor growth in the month of November. So we suggested that they go for the organic farming there, where they could create the artificial seasons so that the flowers could bloom as good as the seasonal one. So that is the solution that we got to with that.
Okay, Prashant, now I would like to know a little about your academic background. Starting from 10th to the highest educational level you have come up to. Tell me about the percentages you scored, the subjects you chose, the ones which you liked the most, and the ones which you didn't like that much. The reason for choosing those subjects, how your relationship was with your friends and your teachers, about your sports and extracurricular activities throughout this academic journey, and how your education was financed, and anything else you would like to add yourself.
Okay. So starting from my 10th, for my schooling, I have completed my whole schooling from GLDV Public School. In 10th, I scored 10 CGPA, and the subjects that I had were the general subjects like science, social science, uh, computer science, and the language subjects. Uh, and moreover, like if we talk about the subjects that I took in the 12th, I chose to go with physics, chemistry, with mathematics, along with physical education, since I had a good interest in physical education, and physics was something that interested me also, and I had some good amount of marks in these three subjects. That's why I chose these. And if I talk about the relationship with my friends and teachers in the school time, most of my friends were very very good relationship with me, and they found me very approachable. And even my relationship with my seniors as well as juniors was really good. I looked forward to learning from my seniors, and my juniors found me very easy to approach. So if in case they needed any kind of guidance, for teachers, they always found me very sincere during my school life. And even for me, I there were a few teachers, like one of my ma'am was Aarti Singh, who particularly helped me get over my fear of English during the 10th. And she gave me some private lessons so that I did better. And because of her, I'm able to do well in studies nowadays. For extracurricular activities during the school time, I was particularly active in the area of sports. I was the captain of my school for 3 years, and during my time playing for my house won consequently 6 times the inter-school football championship. And I also active in other sports as like volleyball and basketball. Other than this, I was also very keen participant in area of science where I had to make some kind of projects. So I, with one of my friend, represented the school at national level in National Children Science Congress, and also in the CBSE competition of the sciences. One of the best thing about my school was my principal, Dr. Anand Swarup Saraswat. He was the one who would uh, basically tell us to participate in the new things, and he saw the zeal in me towards the sports. And before us, the whole senior football team was basically nowhere to be found. I mean, the people had mostly quit, so he gave me the responsibility to reorganize the team and make a team. So one of my achievement during my school time was that I collected all the players and basically made the whole football team from the scratch. Moving to the college life, I did mechanical engineering from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College. the reason why I took mechanical engineering was because I was very much intrigued by the vehicles during that time. And for me, what I wanted to do was just wanted to participate in some of those car building competitions. So I choose mechanical engineering. When I got there, my like one of the biggest challenge that I had during my school life was that my college was a community college stated in Punjab. So language was a barrier that I had to face. But eventually, I was able to mingle with all the people over there, and I made some good friends. During my college life, I participated in sports as well, that is football, and I was part of my department team. Although I could not participate or play for my college as I had other responsibilities or duties that I was doing. Some of them were like I was also part of my NCC, and I was working as a sergeant. I got the rank of sergeant on completing my 3 years of the NCC training, and I was one of the core members for the Formula racing team of my college. And similarly, in my college also, most of the seniors had left the team when we I joined the college. So me with few of my batchmates, we convinced one of our seniors to restart the team. So we basically restarted the team with the help of a few of the teachers, and we like got into those projects. So during my college life, I was very much indulged in this project only. So in the morning, I used to do my classes, and in the afternoon I used to go to companies to acquire funds and to pitch them. And in the night time we used to basically build the vehicle, and we basically got like approx 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and then again we used to do that. The relationships with my professor were also very good. My professor also found me very sincere, and seeing my dedication towards my project, they would ask me to help them in their research work sometime also. One of my favorite professors in college was Mr. Dr. Bhupinder Singh Dhillon, since that man was very much keen towards designing, and he was very much into teaching, and he would make sure that each and every kid got the topics clearly. And that's why also got interest towards design only. I completed my college with a percentage of 77.2%. Post that, am I visible, sir? Post that, I got a placement from the college itself. Since our batch was the COVID batch, so very less companies visited, and I was fortunate enough to get placement in three of the companies that visited. So I post that I worked for 1 year, and due to some injury, I had to leave the job, and then I
Okay.
got into
Yeah.
the PGP data science thing.
Tell me what Newton's second law of motion states.
Newton's second law of motion states that the force is directly proportional to the mass. That is, F is equal to ma. That's the equation that we follow for the Newton's second law of motion.
What does that mean? Force is directly proportional to mass. So higher the mass, greater the force. That doesn't make sense.
Uh, no, here mass would be a constant and the directly proportional to the acceleration. Since mass would be constant for a constant body of a constant mass, the force would be
No,
directly
that
proportional.
formula, that's the equation, F equal to ma or F equal to m dp by dt. That is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mathematical analogy. Tell me the statement. What does Newton say?
Okay. Actually, I'm confusing between. I know the Newton's law. But I'm confusing between which one is the first or the second. Like one is the law of inertia, where
Tell me,
sorry, sir.
tell me both, since you are confused which one you
Yeah,
are to.
the law of inertia, where a body which is in motion tends to be in motion, and a body which is in rest tends to be in the rest unless until external force is applied. And for the F is equal to ma, the for bringing out more acceleration in a particular mass of the body, it is directly proportional to the force that is applied. And then third one is uh, if equal and opposite reaction uh, the equal and opposite reaction is received when a force is applied on a body.
Good. Talk about this knee injury you had. How severe was it? What was the cause? How much time you took to recover?
Okay. So this injury I basically got in the final year of my college when since it was a COVID time, I was playing after a very long time in the field. So one of the juniors he basically hit me, so I got a meniscus tear in my right knee. Post that, I consulted few doctors and they suggested me some remedial exercises, which I performed, but the knee did not improve. And but during that time only I got my joining letter for the company. Then I went there and joined the company. And since it was a on-field job, so kept in contact with the doctor so as to get better. And but when it got worse, I had to go for the surgery. And in August, I got my first surgery, but it didn't go well. And in the November, I had to get my second surgery. Post that, I had been following rehab from my physio, and then in the month of April, first week, I got like completely fit by the physio.
Hmm. Don't you think this is going to affect your military career if you get selected? Like two surgeries in civilian life only, so you'll be getting tens of surgeries if you join academy. So why? Why do you want to put your body through that rigor?
Well, I was aware that life in the military would be a bit tough after getting this injury. So that is why I made sure I talked with my doctor clearly about were my goals. And according to that only, we planned my surgery. And also with my physio, I told them like what my final goals were. So that amount of hard work they put into that, and I made sure that I worked a lot during my rehab exercises. And right now I'm as fit as I was before the knee injury. And in order to prevent any kind of knee injury, or uh, because of knee injury lacking on my physical, I make sure that I exercise my knees particularly now in the daily exercise also, sir.
Okay, nice. Prashant, talk about your family life. Anything you want to say?
Okay. So I come from a nuclear family, sir. My father, he's a PSU employee, and my elder sister, she is working as an assistant sales manager in NIT Digital. My mother, she passed away during the COVID time, and along with other than my core family, I have one of my cousin sisters from my maternal side who resides with us for past 1 year. And I have we also have her 4 year daughter whose education we are funding right now. So in the village there is no good school for her, so we are funding her education right now, and she goes to school over here. So that's something my about my family. Do you want me to like talk about the qualities of them, or should I?
No, not required.
Okay.
Prashant, since you are looking a little overweight, don't you think it is not suitable, or you have not come prepared for the SSB? Don't you think we look for lean and agile candidates? Looking at you, I don't think you are good enough for the GTO tasks. How are you performing over there?
Well, sir, I have always been a bit on the heavier side since I was a judo player during my school time also, and also I played as a defender in the football. So these roles actually required me to have a good amount of muscle mass. So I was always on the bit of the heavier side, but after the injury, since I was not able to exercise a lot, I lost some of my muscle and gained fat. So, but post my rehab, I have reduced nearly 5 kgs, and I'm still that agile and quick. So I think I'll be doing okay during my GTO tasks.
Okay, so if your body is supporting you fully now, I think you can reduce more weight.
Exactly.
So, how much are you overweight than the prescribed limit, the ideal armed forces selection criteria?
But as far as my height, the and the 10% plus minus criteria, my weight should be around 80 kgs. That is the upper side of my weight, and I'm currently at 85 kgs, sir. Then I'll be reducing the 5 kgs during this period, sir. But
Okay.
the thing during
80
this
is after the plus 10% correction. Otherwise, it is around 70 to 73. So
yes,
ideal weight.
yes,
Okay.
sir,
So
yes.
ideally, you should be reducing around 10.
Yeah, I should be reducing around 10. But the thing that I had been doing in my post rehab was I was not focusing extensively on reducing the fat only. I was also going to maintain muscle so that I can perform good in my G2 task and all. If I have to reduce the weight drastically, obviously I'll switch to methods that allow me to like reduce my weight faster. Since I have been a judo player and since it is a very related to the weight thing, so I have quite some experience in reducing the weight if needed in a very shorter span of time. So
Hmm. Prashant, talk about your hobbies, interests, your reading habits, your TV or phone usage habits, etc.
okay. Well, sir, my hobby include reading books. Although during all this work period, I have been very intensively busy, so I have not gotten much time to read much of the books. The current book that I am reading is A Beckoning Isle, which is by one of the army persons only, and it talks about the Sri Lankan Tamil civil war situation that was happening during 1980s. Along with that, I am also a movie fanatic. I like to watch movies during the weekends, where the good ones, which provide me about some insights and all. My interest also lies in mountaineering. I want to learn about the basics of the mountaineering, and I want to. It is one of my bucket list that I want to summit the Mount Everest, sir. And talking about my phone and the computer uses, I basically use my phone when I have to scroll or surf the internet or doing the basics things like booking tickets on all and recording the to-do list and all. And particular for scrolling the internet, what I look forward is I look for some like in on YouTube. I look on some informational videos that I have to see, and also sometimes I for watching the movies also I use the phone only. So like that. So also like podcasts, few of the podcasts when I am working doing some of the house chores, so I use my phone for listening to podcasts also. So,
Hmm. Prashant, tell me any three strengths and weaknesses, the best strengths you have and the top weaknesses you have recognized in yourself, and how you are planning to work on those weaknesses.
okay, so the top strengths that I have is I have a very keen power of observation that helps me to interact with people better. I understand what the person is basically looking for, and one of my top other strengths are that I'm very jolly in nature, so I can mix up with the people very easily. That increases my adaptability nature, and then I'm very responsible, so whichever duty is given to me, I make sure that I perform all these duty with utmost sincerity. Talking about my weaknesses, sir, at times I tend to procrastinate work in when there is a no deadline. So when the things can be done after at some deadline and are not that important, so sometimes I tend to procrastinate them. But in order to overcome that, I try to maintain a routine and try to do the work in small portions each and every day. One of my second weaknesses is I tend to sometimes overthink on my few decisions while interacting. Whenever I have a heated conversation with my colleagues or there's any discussion because of the which there is some kind of argument between people, so I tend to overthink on that, like what else I could have done or how politely I could have presented that also. And
Okay.
like that's all the weaknesses I think I have. Plus I like before the rehab, I was a bit too much on surfing the phones. I was a bit too much on using the phone, which I have reduced now. So I have limited my phone usage.
Okay. Prashant, do you have any questions for me?
Not right now, so thank you.
Okay, I think we are done here. Uh, all the best to you. I wish you get selected and don the uniform soon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Prashant, this ends the interview.
Okay.
Uh, Overall, very good. Great interview. The first impression was killer. Great communication and confidence. The approach was good. And you were very calm and composed and intelligently tackled all the cross questioning. So good there. And it pretty much shows, you are very motivated to join the army. So that, motivation factor is high. You've led a very, diverse life. All kinds of things you have done: sports, extracurriculars. You've had positions of responsibility. You've had a, uh, above standard kind of life when compared to an average SSB aspirant. So good. All these mind questions, the CIQs, what you call,
Okay.
you handled them well. You were able to remember most of the questions, and you
This
could
one I
answer.
lost all this. The first CIQ that you asked, like I remember the three of them. Then I forgot all this, and I think I also forgot that finance question. Yeah, I tend to forget
Okay.
some of
Like
this CIQs
even the
sometimes.
interviewing officer won't expect you to all to remember everything. It's
Okay.
okay. It's no designed for a purpose. All these combined questions, and that purpose is served. You are handling it well.
Okay.
And your sports background, being a football captain, and these Formula Car things you have done, and your core knowledge in physics is also good.
Yeah.
Job you are doing pretty well.
Okay.
Like the main reasons why anyone would reject you would be because of your overweight or the looks. That mostly I would say the reason for you getting screened out 4 times is your overweight only, because they know uh, screening is to reject people. It is not to recognize
Okay.
everything and see how he is. Like sometimes it is unfair also, because most of them are filtered out. It is a screening process. The word itself defines the selection system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am guessing that that must have been the problem. You tell me otherwise what had happened. Like why were you screened out 4 times?
Like so, the second screening, though, I would say, since I was a fresher at the first, and the second screening just came at just like a, okay. The second screening just came out like a hit completely because I just entered. It was my first discussion for the repeaters batch, and I didn't get a air of what had just happened. So I think the second was about that, and the next two, what I did wrong was I did wrong on the story parts, which I got to understand that stories either the story that I made seemed a little preconceived,
Mhm.
but I didn't do that consciously, but it seemed a little preconceived, like it was off from the what was there in the picture. The next two, that is what I think. And in one though, sir, it was I did my all good, but it just happened, so I can't say anything on that. And just after that, because before that only I had my second conference, and
Mhm.
again then on the like just after like 15-20 days, the screen mode out was there. So are we
Okay.
still
How about
recording?
these two conference outs? Like what happened? Why you think you are not through?
Are we still recording, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Are you uncomfortable? Should I stop the recording?
No, actually like changed my posture. I didn't know like we were still recording.
It's
Sorry.
all right. Feel
Okay,
free.
yeah, please, sir, repeat the question. I didn't hear.
These two conference outs, talk about them. What happened? Like why?
L- in my very fresher attempt, what happened was, I think I didn't do well in the psych part because I had no idea all of how the psych part should be done. I had some information from the YouTube that I understood. Then those were the things that I just put on there. So I think, and also I missed out some of my stories in between, and the speed was not okay. So I missed out on the psych part, and even in the IO part. I think I didn't answer the questions that the way they should have been. I went into too much
Basically,
in.
you went unprepared the first
Yeah, I
attempt.
am
What about the
prepared.
second?
Second one is the mostly where I think in the GTO, the GDs and all.
Mhm.
I had this weakness of where I was not able to modulate my voice enough, and I didn't know when to pitch in. So during those things, I think I somewhere lost my points, and then the interview was good. I think I did good in the interview, and in the psych part also I did good. So psych part, although after you did the analysis, I got to understand few of the mistakes that I was doing. But all in all, I think I did fair in the psych also.
Okay, so this time you are pretty confident कि you'll clear it.
Well, I'm gonna give my best, sir, and I'll do my best to nail it this time.
So when is it? Like what date?
16th of May, sir, Jalandhar.
Acha, it's here, almost here.
Yes, sir.
So I would say work more on your physical part. All these indoor things you are already top notch. Just keep working out. Make yourself as active as possible,
Sure,
and
sir.
give your best performance in the outdoor tasks. Indoors you are doing well anyway. I'm hoping you will give me a good news. I'll be waiting for your call.
Sure, sir. I'll do my best, sir.
Anything else you want to ask? You want to know? Any last minute suggestions? Anything?
I think we have interacted enough that and whatever the doubts I had, you have been clearing them from time to time. So right now I don't have any such doubt, but obviously I have the contact information. So anything I will ask you, sir.
Oh, okay, man. I think we are done. I've given you the interview feedback also.
Yeah.
Everything good. Uh, like for interview, I don't have any suggestions honestly. Just the overweight look was a small trigger to me. Like the first impression was no, not that हाँ ये बंदा है recommend हो जाएगा ऐसे that feel only
Well,
based on
I look a bit thinner in my formal, so I don't think so.
the maybe.
I would have
And
makeup, yeah.
with all the clean shave and the proper grooming with which you go, you might look younger and thinner.
Yeah.
So all the best there. Hello, buddy. We are completed. I have
Yeah.
another interview now. I'll stop this recording.
Okay. Do you think so? Like I could have like worked a bit more on the modulation part. Like, was I sounding monotonous during the
No,
answering
no,
the question?
it was all good.
Okay. Because I've heard few of these people. Like there was this girl who got the NDA rank one in the first batch.
Mm.
I
Okay,
heard her.
very dramatic, like as if they're giving a speech.
Yeah.
That kind of motivational thing, not required. All that adds some things, but honestly, no extra points for doing all that. She is
Okay.
otherwise good. That is why she was recommended. Not
Yes.
because she had a great voice modulation or she was speaking like that.
Mm-hmm.
So overall good. That is only what matters.
Okay.
It was good. So don't
Okay.
worry. Focus on the GTO outdoor tasks. That is one thing where I have not mentored you personally, so I don't know how you are performing. Individual
Right.
obstacle or these tasks, especially the PGT, HGT, and command task, where your
Right.
brain is more. Group obstacle race, you'll do well. Individual obstacles also, I'm hoping you'll do well.
Yes, sir.
On these outdoor things, indoor, I've completely judged you and told you where all you can improve, and you are doing pretty well.
Okay. Thank
Done.
you, sir.
We'll see. I'm waiting for the good news. That's it.
I'll do my best, sir. Thank you.